Unprecedented challenges seek unprecedented collaborations. COVID-19 was one such challenge.
We were all struggling in the field at that time. And I said, we are doing the best we can, but frankly, it's very difficult to cope with this. Money is not there. We don't know too much about the health education which needs to be done at the community level. So I said, this is a challenging time. So then we thought that why don't we get together as NGOs and deal with it together as a collective rather than each individual NGO struggling. And it started a few, 5-6 people, 9-10 NGOs, then it became more. And then it really became a very vibrant entity, which it is now, with more than 80 members.
Member organizations converted the crisis into an opportunity, and Rcrc took shape.
Rcrc's strength numerically, we can say 85 NGOs working in 110 districts or 15 states. It reaches no less than 1.6 crore people living in rural areas.
Through this network, smaller organizations within the Rcrc are learning from their more experienced partners. The strength of the coalition is its ability to work together and bring small organizations to the platform where they can put forth their concerns to the relevant government departments for immediate action.
So coming together has brought a lot of expectations among the organizations, because the approach and work that we have been able to display in past two years of its formation has been phenomenal. So the expectation, some of it we have started to achieve, like this coming together of 14 organizations for this OD program.
This capacity building program of Dhoni is a fantastic, which we really feel, and we have really realized how in what stage we were. The Dhoni's the assessment tools that they have developed, it has really helped us to understand our drawbacks, as well as it has also given us an opportunity how do we design our strategies, as well as the governing structures, as well as keeping in mind the all compliances. So that's how the program has been rolled out with many organizations in the Northeast.
At the national level, a working committee has been set up to coordinate, to ensure collaboration among members and to raise funds. The role of this working committee is to look into strategic and operational matters. One of the parameters of success of collaboration could be more than 70% attendance in monthly general body meetings.
So today we are at a stage where the coalition is talking about the days ahead, of how, as a group of organizations that have over the years, many years, worked with communities on issues of development, represented a wide variety of stakeholders. How do we envisage our future? What do we do? I believe Rcrc as a coalition of community-centric, community-facing organizations, intermediary organizations that facilitate or catalyze development processes, change processes, have a great role to play.
Rcrc Coalition has adopted a big tent approach towards providing a platform to CSOs working on livelihood, health and education. The most participatory and impactful intervention Rcrc has undertaken is the detailed research for critical social indicators.
Unique aspect of Rcrc research is that this is based on, or survey is actually done by the member themselves. I mean, many of them have appointed their own research coordinators, who have appointed research enumerators, and they have all been trained by our research team and by the partners themselves. And these people are actually going into the community. So many of them are from the community itself. So they understand the community's challenges and situation and problems, etc., which actually gives a lot of value to the data collected. The data collected in terms of authenticity and clarity is likely to be much better. So these are some of the advantages of the Rcrc research. What it has done is that it has helped the advocacy of the partners at a local level tremendously.
In terms of one is talking about health, one is talking about livelihood, which are very, very interconnected issues, which also came out of the studies and very scientifically done studies. So organizations like Utthan really benefited. I'm sure that many other organizations benefited from it, because then that is how we could very clearly articulate to the donors and the government level, that okay, why we need this kind of approach, why we need a kind of, as an example, a saturation approach.
Rcrc facilitates policymakers and implementing partners with research data from the ground.
Kind of a meta layer for the sector is one of the things is research that we're doing, but also that we are creating an ethos where Rcrc can contribute in a narrative of what a civil society is, how the civil society contributes to overall democratic institutions in India, in what democratic institutions can aim for. So there I think we are creating pathways, we're still working on it, and research is one of the very important themes there, where we will come up with facts, numbers, which needs to be discussed by everybody.
Rcrc is better equipped to design new programs and initiatives because of the direct outreach and access to beneficiaries of member organizations.
42 फार्मर के साथ में हमने हॉर्टिकल्चर का इंटरवेंशन स्टार्ट किया था। इंटरवेंशन स्टार्ट करने के साथ साथ में हमारा सेकेंड ईयर में हम लोग ने 167 फार्मर के साथ में अगेन हॉर्टिकल्चर का काम किया। घन जीवामृत हम लोग बनाते हैं, जिससे मिट्टी में जितने भी हमारे ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर होते हैं उनको फूड मिलता है और वो मिट्टी की उर्वरक क्षमता को बढ़ाते हैं। अगर मिट्टी की उर्वरक क्षमता सही रहती है तो हमारा प्रोडक्शन ऑलरेडी प्रॉपर तरीके से होता है।
ऑर्गेनिक खेती करवाथी आपने आर्थिक लाभ तो थाय ज छे। ऑर्गेनिक करवाथी आपड़ा आरोग्य सुधरे छे, तो ऑर्गेनिक करवू आपड़ा शरीर माटे जरूरी छे।
So I think this strength that the RCRC has gives ministry also a lot of ideas about what works and what does not, and therefore enables better policy and program making than what would be otherwise.
Donors and philanthropic organizations are looking for transformational impact at the last mile for improving the life of marginalized communities. Rcrc accomplishes this task since the network has around 100 capable CSOs that operate at the grassroots all over India.
These organizations have done this on a voluntary basis, has created a really new platform, which I think has the potential to take us to the next generation of rural interventions for India. So I think it's a fantastic platform that has immense potential. I see these kinds of networks as very important channels to allow us to think of impact at scale. 85 organizations, each doing their own thing. Instead of that, now you have 85 operating as one joined up network. I think that offers immense potential for transformation. So I'm very optimistic about what Rcrc is.
Another important strategic function of Rcrc is to provide voice and visibility to its member organizations, often a challenge for small organizations.
Yes, there are definitely challenges. Collective action always have challenges, whether it's at the political level, industry, even industry profit maximization somehow gets them collective together. But NGOs are not a homogeneous group, very different. We as individuals as well as our organizations. The biggest challenge is for people to think of a larger goal than only their organizational goal. Of course, we have to look at our organizational goals, but we have to do a good balance. So you can't only think of your organization. You have to think of the collective, and you have to think of what collective impact we can make.
The consortium is putting its efforts towards earning respect and gaining visibility for the development sector as a pillar of nation building.
Rcrc platform in that sense is a symbiotic platform, I would say. It is not a platform where I come and take away things, or it's not a place where I only come and give things. There's always a quote-unquote give and take in a more positive sense. Rcrc as a platform has a lot of value add to the larger civil society. Now very credible, and listened to and go to network in the eyes of many of the stakeholders. I mean, that I think is an important outcome, because right since beginning RCRC has said things and it has delivered things.
চেতাগতর বহু কথা নয়ন ভরি চাও পালন আরো পশু পালন হয় আর আরো পশু